Yes guys, welcome back to the channel, and this is your Chelsea versus Brighton preview. As we did go into this game after losing to Man United in the league, beating Lincoln 2-1 in the League Cup in quite defensively scary conditions. We looked really bad defensively against Man United, Bayern Munich, and surprisingly Lincoln City. So I think we go into this game playing Brighton, who are a very attacking team. Last night, when I'm recording this, they beat Barnsley 6-0. Diego Gomez scored 4 of the 6. Do I think he'll start against us? There's a good chance. No, I am filming this on Wednesday, so this is obviously before the Enzo Maresca pre-match press conference. This is because I have no electricity for some night today. I'm in town for a few hours. I'm like to kind of fill out time, film some content, and get a schedule uploaded. So yeah, Brighton, my thoughts on them. Good side attackingly, they're not great defensively just like us. So this could be a very high scoring game. And I think Fabian Hertzler, obviously being as young as he is, he's doing a really good job with Brighton. I think he has the potential to probably be one of the best managers in the league. And of course, fill out the boots of what De Zerbi did. You could even argue Potter, but yeah. Brighton as a team is very good. I like the model of buying low, selling high, because Chelsea buys all of it first. I do not think, and I mean this, I do not think this will be as easy as some people may think. Some people may look at this and go, terrible defense, we have a better attack, so that means, okay, yeah, sure, this is probably an easy 3 points. And also, sorry for the beeping, I'm filming outside, so of course there's going to be cars beeping, fans. So yeah, but I do think we win it. Not because I think it's an easy 3 points, because I think our home record against Brighton since about 4-1 loss in, I believe it's the season where we finished 12th, which was 22-23. Since then I think we've actually looked pretty goddamn good, and we've kept improving, and we've kept beating them at home. Last season we obviously beat them 3-2 at home, and then away from home we lost both games. Season before that we beat them, I believe we beat them 2-1 or 3-2 again, or 2-2. Definitely, I don't think it was 2-2. I have to check, didn't even check beforehand, but yeah. In terms of their defence, I do think we can kind of exploit it like most teams have. Yeah, okay, they only conceded 1 against Man City. That's because Verbruggen put in an absolute freak show of a performance, in a good way, of course. But yeah, my lineup. Now, team news. Palmer is out for 3 to 6 weeks. This guy's turning into the injury-prone king. 2 injuries already this season. He was apparently already carrying on during the Club Cup. He came back, now he's out again. Not because he irritated it, just because he still feels off. Obviously, Palmer felt something in the first 5 minutes of the first 20 minutes, actually, of the Man United game. So yeah, I will say I'm not worried yet But one more injury or one more setback for Palmer and I'll start getting worried that he's going to turn injury prone because he's being overplayed. Not even overplayed actually, I wouldn't say overplayed. I think last season he didn't even get overplayed. He played most Premier League games. I think he played a few Conference League, a few Carabao Cups. Like, he didn't get overplayed last season. But yeah, in terms of other stuff, Badisil and Navia might be ready for Brighton, but I'm going to assume they're not ready for Brighton, so I'm not going to include them in my lineup. Levi Cole is obviously out for the rest of the season, up until March actually, so not the rest, but most of the season. And then, who else is there? Ashugo is out till start of the year, apparently. Might be before that, but probably out till the rest of the year. That's 12 weeks since when he got injured. So yeah, start 2026. But yeah, let's go into my Chelsea versus Brighton lineup. In goal, we got Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez, bar from the red card against Man United, has actually looked really good. The goals he conceded against Bayern Munich last week was not his fault. It was more defensive mistakes. And yeah, that wasn't on him. Other than that, I think he's had a really good start to the season, a really good past few months. I'd even say since April he's looked really good. Yeah, so Robert Sanchez in goal. In defence, Reece James, Josat Champong, Hato, Kukurea. I do not think Tosin or Chalobah has been performing as of late. Chalobah looked horrendous against Bayern Munich. Chalobah looked decent against Man United. Looked terrible against Lincoln City. He better bench Chalobah, because Chalobah isn't as good as I thought he was, just based on last night as well. He's not the worst defender, he's not good, he's not amazing, he's decent. But I do want to see Josat Champong and Hato test out in the back line. Yes, they are younger than Tosin, than Chalobah, who are 26 and 28 years old. But we could feel more confident with them in the back line over a Tosin, who's looked really as of late, and Chalobah, who hasn't looked great. Obviously, you could create left back. No explanations needed. He's our starting left back. He's our best left back. He's one of the best left backs in the league. He's same, no explanation. One of the best right backs in the league. World class player. And our best right back at the club when fit. And he's actually been fit for nearly a year now. In the midfield, I did hint of this in the review or preview of, it was in the review of the Lincoln game. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you go check it out. I did hint of a Andre Santos and Caicedo midfield pivot. I will be going with that. So Andre Santos, Moses Caicedo, I want to keep start against Brighton and Hove Albion. Now my reasoning for this is because Brighton, but the overall aspect of, sorry about that, I'm going past, but the overall aspect of having Andre Santos, who's looked really good against Man United, who had a really good cameo against Bayern Munich, who's had a really good game against Lincoln City. He looks really confident at the moment. Enzo Fernandez hasn't looked great. So I do think Andre Santos deserves a start. Moses Caicedo, one of the best sixes in the world, in my opinion. Really good. He's on really good form. He got rested for this game for a reason, so he starts. in the 10. Now this is where I started to struggle, because we could go Buonanotte. No, so we actually can't, because he's on loan from Brighton, so we have no other 10. So the most obvious explanation is Esteval in the 10, or is it? Now here's what I'm going to go for. So Pedro behind the striker, Neto on the right, Garnacho on the left, Mark Yu has a knock. So he might not even have Mark Yu. Right, E4, Esteban on the 10, Neto on the right, Garnacho on the left, João Pedro up front. João Pedro will be fired up to face his old club. He'll want to get back on the score sheet, which I think he will against Brighton. Estral has put really good performances recently, has gained the trust of Maresca. Neto, really good form. He looked really good against Lincoln. Sure, he should have played it through to Esteval, but that's whatever. Garnacho looks confident, I'd say. Probably our best left winger. And until Cole Palmer gets back, heck, you can even argue till Delac gets back, we can't be fluid with that. We can't move players around like we want to. Like Japed on the left with Kuku holding width, with Japed tucking in as the left 10, we can't do that at the moment. So we are quite rigid until Palmer's back. You can argue that Esteban can tuck in, which I do agree with, but that means going on the right, having Reece James keep with bombing up and down, which he can't do fully for a few games in a row. So we are quite rigid, and I do not think Gusto's on great form defensively. Short on the ball, he's actually looked decent. So that's my Chelsea versus Brighton lineup. My score prediction for this game, I'm going to go with a 3-2 win again. Do I go 3-1? You know what, 3-1. 3-1 win against Brighton. Yeah, Pedro to get a brace, and I'm gonna go with Vesterval to get a goal. I hope you guys did enjoy. Leave your predictions, leave your score predictions down below. Leave who you would start down below and your score prediction. And it's your boy, Luke. Talks football, and I'll see you in the next one. And peace.